episode 205, the Deloitte AI Scandal.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI 6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
One of the world's largest consulting firms got caught doing something that should make anyone using AI tools pay attention. Deloitte Australia agreed to refund part of a $440,000 government contract after admitting they used AI to write a report that hallucinated and made things up. Hello and welcome back to AI 6, the podcast that provides you with free AI literacy and updates 6 days a week. I'm your host, Joanne Sweeney. Let's hear a clip about that story from ABC News Australia.
There were some substantial errors found in this report, including kind of fictitious references, made up federal court judgments, fake people being used as references. And all of this stuff had come because some of the report was created using artificial intelligence. Now, there's a form of AI that's called generative AI, and what it does is you ask it to do something and it essentially goes out, searches all the available information on the internet, puts it together and kind of summarises it. Now, the problem with that is that AI wants to please you, and so it does a thing that's called hallucination, which is essentially sometimes it kind of makes up stuff to fill the gap. So it provides a product that looks very much like it's real and has legal references and has all the right stuff, but it might have made some of that up. And that's what happened in this report.
So now you know the background to this story. It's worth taking stock on the implications of this particular incident and how it's reverberating right across consulting across the world. Consultants are going to be under even more scrutiny because if you have clients paying for really important work and insight, then they expect verified and trustworthy and transparent work in return. So verifying your output is key, and also deciding what you use AI for and having really strict processes and protocols in place for you and for your team. And all of this boils down to having a really strong AI policy grounded in the principles, the ethical principles of AI. So apart from a policy providing guardrails and guidance for staff around AI, it's embedded in good practice and ethics. And of course, all of this is not only to maintain that trusted relationship with the client, but also to maintain the good name and reputation of the company. And what you want to do is you want to set standards of AI use internally. And every day, you know, I run courses and have conversations around AI, and still organizations are lacking in having really strong AI policy. Maybe management still feel that they don't know enough about AI in order to manage it. So there's a pause on AI all the while staff are already using it. And as we know, this is called shadow AI. Australian politicians have also had their say on the Deloitte AI scandal. Senator Barbara Pocock said Deloitte should refund the entire amount and not simply the partial amount that they gave back. She said they misused AI and used it very inappropriately. They misquoted a judge, used references from academics that are non-existent. And she said, the kinds of things that a first-year university student would be in deep trouble for. Some legal experts are saying this could be a breach of contract or negligence because Deloitte didn't disclose their AI use. It could also be an important precedent case. So what are the lessons here? If you're using AI to create content or for research or for ideation, on white papers, case studies, campaigns, reports, blog posts. You need to verify everything. AI models are trained to sound confident and to please us, but they're not trained to be truthful. They'll confidently cite studies and sources that don't exist, attribute quotes to people who never said them, and that's hallucinations. And we know that it's a known limitations of these tools. And of course, transparency matters when you're engaged in a contract with a client. If you're delivering work or publishing content for your own company, it's important to be clear how you're using AI and have that AI policy on your website. And this is why people say AI is bad, because they feel they can't trust it and they're really afraid that this tool can get them into trouble and damage their own good name or that of their company. And so we know that AI is a valuable tool, but it's an assistant and it's aiding us in our work, and it's not there to replace us in our entirety. We still are the ones where the accountability buck stops with. It won't stop with the bot, it'll stop with the boss. So yes, we absolutely can and should be using and playing and experimenting and leveraging AI at work. And it can give us that promise of productivity, but at what cost? And we need to mitigate those risks. Human judgment is always key. If in doubt, leave it out. That's what I was taught as a journalist 25 years ago, and it still rings true today. So let's all use the case of Deloitte Australia as a firm lesson for all of us. If you enjoyed today's episode of AI 6, then please share it with a pro that you know. If you want to get to grips with AI a little bit more, then why not check out my book, AI Playbook, available at aimarketingplaybook.ie or on Amazon. I'm Joanne Sweeney. I'll be back with more from AI 6 tomorrow.